Welcome to KATBOTZ Business Pulse. Today's episode comes to you from the picturesque Zaanse Schans, just outside Amsterdam. With its iconic windmills, wooden houses, and deep roots in Dutch innovation, this place reminds us how tradition and transformation can exist side by side. With this, we'll start our leadership series episode where we are featuring stories from industry leaders who have navigated their careers in the complex environment of consulting and whom to experiment other than Ashish. So, Ashish, tell us about where it all began. You come from a small town in India, and now you're leading your own consulting firm in US, and you're working across the globe. So, how was your journey, and how did you envision this?
First of all, thank you, Sanghmitra, for experimenting with me. I definitely want to encourage other friends and industry leaders to share your experiences, which will help shape the minds of the youth and help them set in a direction where they can be successful and help us improve our world, make this world a better place. And also, I'm very humbled and thankful for all the support that I've got throughout this journey with KATBOTZ, making our India entity, and of course the headquarters in the US in New Jersey. And there's like a lot of people who have rallied together, right? So super thankful for that. Super thankful to our clients and the people who are behind the scenes, So a big shout out to Team KATBOTZ. Thank you so much from the bottom of my heart, and from our family and everyone. So coming back to like where my journey started, I'm born in Kulu, in a small town in the Himalayas, and I was raised in a close-knit community. A lot of the good values came from there, and of course, studying in a boarding school for 12 years, making some amazing friends. I was very active in sports back then, and then of course, there are a lot of people during that time who helped shape my perspective and things, how I look at life in general, right? And then fast forward, I completed my bachelor's in commerce, MBA in finance. I came back home to work for my dad for 2.5 years. That opened up my mind towards business, because I got to see different aspects of business. I was running a distribution center, which was kind of logistics, supply chain, finance. I helped set up like a back end ERP during that time, and then I automated like a lot of things. Of course, customer relationships, we had like over 500 customers, so that was like another kind of an education series, I would say. And of course, after that I was kind of told like, this SAP software was like really the new thing that everyone's doing. And of course, I was late to the game, but anyways, I started my consulting career in 2006, and it was eye opening to see how the large corporations and large businesses were running. And I was very fascinated. I wanted to be in the United States, so I worked very hard. I got my first opportunity in New Jersey, and after that, I got to also work with IBM, Deloitte, and KPMG during these years. um, I feel like more than anything, working with these talented individuals, both on the consulting side and on the side of like the clients that we work for, and they were like large Fortune 500 companies. The mind opened up, and we learned about like a lot of processes, etc. I'm a product costing guy, right? So that was my special. That is my specialization in SAP and in the business sort of way, and that helps connect you to manufacturing, supply chain, logistics, order to cash, procurement, analytics. And then most recently, about 2 years back, I completed my certification from MIT in AI ML, and that was kind of again an eye-opening thing, and amazing professors and the people who work together like in that learning experience. We created some AI models, etc. But anyways, I think like at the heart of it, like while I was in my consulting career, I always wanted to establish a business where I could be a bit more independent and be able to create an impact, which could be a bit more bigger than doing a job, right? And be able to touch the lives of more people. So that was the starting point, Sanmitra. I hope I'm able to share some of my
Yeah,
experiences. Yeah.
definitely, definitely. And it is interesting to know how you navigated your path from coming from a business background, handling your own, like your family business, and then jumping into tech, which might be a like different kind of shift lines. You also mentioned that you have worked in big companies like KPMG, Deloitte, IBM. So any lessons which you would like to share about the, like how to work in the consulting environment there, or how to start your work there?
Definitely, like when we started, I still remember some of my friends, like who were close to me, and after doing my certification, there was a whole lot of things that we had to learn. And when we started, we created this learning group where we were teaching each other like different concepts in SAP and the business concepts, so that we could learn from each other and grow together. And we reserved about an hour or 2 hours of learning every day, and we were teaching each other the different concepts so we could get the end-to-end integrated picture of the business. At the same time, when we went to the next project, we would be like much better off. So the heart of it was learning, but at the same time, it does require more hours. Like we did invest like 12 hours on an average every day, learning plus the work we were doing. Now, that learning is one foundational aspect. The second thing is relationship building. I think the world operates based on people who you know and who trust you, more than anything. So as you go along the way in your journey, make sure you're building bridges, right? You make sure you're strengthening your relationships. Make sure that you're uh, getting to know people, a more in a more authentic way and in a more real way rather than superficial. So I feel like learning, then the relationship building, that's been like amazing. And then I feel like perseverance is the other thing. There are going to be challenges because life throws so many things at us, right, at different point in time. But you just got to take one day at a time. And when you're going through a challenging time, just remember this time's going to pass. If something doesn't kill us, it just makes us stronger. So those are some of the aspects of the journey.
Yeah. Yes, and as you said that learning and building relationship is something very important in this corporate environment. Right now, also you are leading some of the global projects. So, how do you like? What stands for you in terms of working with cross-cultural teams?
Yeah, I think, Sanghmitra, the main thing is like we are all human beings at the end of it, and we all have a similar kind of, I would say, like similar kind of thoughts, like to be like collaborative, and we all have like similar goals. Like usually, the organization goals is what the entire organization rallies together. So I feel as long as we kind of have a mindset to not to block us from thinking like, hey, that person's different and that person may not be open to my ideas. I think we always have to continuously put the effort, right? And it's also about self-reflection in a way, to say like, hey, where can I like look at things differently, so I'm able to reach out to this person or maybe adjust my style a little bit, so we can build the bridges, rather than burning the bridges. So I feel we are going to have, in this global environment, we are continuing to have more diversity. And I think about it like there are talented people across the globe, right? And if we can find a way to collaborate together, then we can really make a difference and solve the problems much easier.
Yes.
Yeah, yeah.
And definitely, the thing which you said about building bridges and also being considerate about each other in the team helps us to build a very good team there. About your any advice which you want to give to our young leaders who wants to navigate their career in consulting and make an impact and grow?
Yeah, main thing, Sangeeta, I would say is like the perseverance aspect of it. Of course, you gotta have your goal and your dreams. So make sure you aim for the stars. At least you'll reach the moon. And other than that, I feel then being grounded, in terms of your efforts, right? In terms of wherever you're going, if you are taking the step in the right direction, then you're going to reach a goal at some point. So have the perseverance, make sure that you're putting the efforts on a daily basis, and then continue to readjust yourself, where you're going. Specifically with regard to tech, I would say learning is key, collaboration, networking. and then things are going to fall in place for you. So those would be some of my learnings from this 2022 years of experiences.
Definitely, Ashish. And I feel some of the key words which you have told us about, that is, consistent learning, building relationships with people, and having that kind of nudge in yourself that, I want to move forward. That will surely help everyone in every aspect. So, with this, from windmills to wisdom, we will close our today's episode. And to summarize the entire episode, I would say for any leader to have their journey, the three things which are important are persistence, perspective, and purpose. So, thank you so much, Ashish, for joining us today. And for the people who are watching this, if you're inspired by our episode, stay tuned for other episodes which we will be bringing with other industry leaders. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Sanghmitra.